Ohio? How underwhelming. Let's discuss episode 4 of Peter's season of The Bachelor. We start off the episode with Chris Harrison's usual entrance to tell the girls that they're headed to a new location, and all of them are thinking of probably all these beautiful locations, and then Chris Harrison's like, "You're going to Cleveland, Ohio." Complete silence. It cuts to Peter, and he's so excited because it's the birthplace of Superman. That was kind of cute. Victoria F gets the one-on-one date card, which leads to McKenna brooding as per usual, starts crying. Meanwhile, Victoria F is about to start crying because she's scared of heights, and the card has insinuated that there's going to be heights at the date. You're dating a pilot, and then I'm so jealous. They got a whole amusement park to themselves. That is like my dream. They're at Cedar Point and they decide to do the slingshot thing. That has got to be worse than skydiving. I loved when they were talking, and Peter's number one reason for why he wants an even number of children is because he wants there to never be like one kid left out on amusement park rides. And then he takes her to a private Chase Rice concert. She dated Chase Rice. I mean, did the producers know this, or was this like a really unfortunate coincidence? And you can see it on her face that she recognizes the music even as they're walking over to like their concert area. And Peter's so excited, and then it cuts to Victoria F, who's like, "I want to die," and they're dancing and stuff, and Peter's like, "You know this song? Boy, if you knew!" And then I'm just like, oh my gosh, yikes. Like, Peter and Chase are talking, and Victoria F says that Chase didn't want her to go on The Bachelor, and then Peter's like, "Chase could sing at our wedding." Later, when they have like their dressed up dinner, Victoria tells Peter that they dated, and Peter gets so confused, and he's just like, "What? No, the guy who was singing, like that Chase?" And Victoria walks away because she feels really bad. And then we find out that there's gonna be a group date, and then the one person that's not going is Kelsey. And at this point, with all that had gone on with her, like, I am not really a big fan of hers. Peter goes and finds Victoria F, and everything seems fine. Like, I mean, it really wasn't her fault. Like, it was just a really unfortunate coincidence. He appreciates her honesty and her telling him about that, so she gets the rose. Then on to the group date. The group date is football, and Victoria P has somehow hurt her back, so she says she's not going to take part in this date, and then ends up getting like a private back massage from Peter while the other girls are like running drills and injuring themselves. I love that Peter's so lit for their game, though. I was dying when there's like a pause and Peter's like, "You have to say hike," and I was dead. The coaching was so funny. This high-level football player is like trying to explain, and we can't let them score, because if we let them score, then we're at a disadvantage. That would be a disadvantage, yes. And then the teams tie at the last minute, so everybody's going to the cocktail party. So we go to the cocktail party, and the girls are really upset that Victoria pulled Peter first. She didn't play, and most of the girls were in agreement that she deserved time with him that night because she played really hard. Most of the girls haven't talked to him in the past 2 like cocktail parties because of all the drama that's been going on, and they kind of are starting to bring this up, and I can totally understand their frustrations. And then Alea walks in, and it cuts to Tammy's like interview. She's like, "Everyone is shooketh to the core." Peter is shooketh, I'll tell you that. You can see it on his face. He did not expect this to happen. Alea says she's there to set the record straight about what was said about her, and she says that she and Victoria P were really close friends when Victoria P the whole time had been like, "Oh, well, like we met each other, we talked to each other for a couple hours." So like clearly someone's lying. And then apparently Victoria P and Alea did go to Vegas together. Like they took a girls trip. And then back at the cocktail party with all the girls, they're talking about how Victoria P had been lying about certain things. Victoria P is just saying that it was her truth, that they weren't friends, even though it seems pretty clear that they are. Peter rightfully is scared that Victoria P is not who he thinks she is. And then Peter pretty much tells Alea that he regrets sending her home, and then asks her to come back. And she says yes. What? And now we go tell all the girls, and they're pissed. Rightfully so. I mean, I understand Peter's reasoning, but at the same time, this is so unfair to the other girls. Peter gives Alea the rose, which was the wrong choice, even if he was gonna bring her back. And they honestly feel disrespected. At Kelsey's one-on-one, he tells her that Alea has returned, and she responds the way Peter had hoped all of them would, where she was like, "Oh, well, it's fine because I'd rather you explore this now and then choose me as opposed to like wonder afterwards," which does make sense, but I just think this is just a mess that doesn't really have a particularly good solution. They dance polka and ride a little race car, and Peter says Kelsey is drama-free. Have we forgotten about Champagne Gate. Kelsey does open up about her family's past, and it turns out that her father had pretty much disappeared on her, and it was a really sad thing to hear about. It did make me understand her more as a person, which was good. She's still not my favorite, but that was a good moment for her and Peter. And then they have fireworks at the end of the day, and it's very cute. So Alea's back in the house, and she's telling girls all the things that have been happening on social media, what people are saying about them. She talks about Chase and Victoria having dated in the past, and that was something that Victoria F hadn't told the girls about because she felt like it was just between her and Peter. She didn't want it to be a thing in the house, and obviously none of them would have known because none of them had their phones. So Victoria F confronts Alea about this and pretty much goes off. Loki threatens her, and I felt like it was kind of deserved. I did feel bad for Peter when he's going into the cocktail party. He's like talking about how he feels good about where he's at with all the girls, and then all the girls are pretty much like, you're ignoring us, we have bruises from trying to hang out with you, like this is awful. And Peter apologizes, but honestly, like, the apology didn't feel like enough for what had happened. He asked Victoria P to talk because he's still trying to figure out like her side of the story, and she doesn't want to talk to him. She pretty much says, I'm so done with this, and when he is trying to talk to her, she's like, no, just let me talk. And like, I was like, oh, this does not look like it's ending well. I kind of was thinking she was considering leaving. Then Victoria F explains that Alea is stirring the pot, and even all these girls who don't really have an official place within this drama are really angry because they haven't had any time to even get to know Peter, or for him to get to know them, because he's so distracted by all this drama. Peter, you done messed up. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. And it pretty much ends with the girls at the cocktail party just talking back and forth, trying to figure out what the truth is, like what's going on, because they're confused about what's going on that has made it such a big deal. And then it's just like, to be continued. So we don't know who is getting sent home. I kind of think that Victoria P is getting sent home. I honestly would kind of appreciate Alea being sent home again. We have a preview of Tammy crying, and I feel like she's such a solid presence that that's a little concerning. And then there's an ambulance. I need to know. What did you think about the drama? Are you happy Alea is back? What do you think about Victoria P's lying? Did she mean to lie, or is this just kind of like she panicked? There's so many unknowns. I'm kind of worried that some of these girls are gonna go home. Please like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to talk about this more. I'm really excited for the next episode. My name's Caitlin. Thanks for watching. Bye!